Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Lamb, Vice President of Marketing here at Miele. Welcome, bienvenue, and willkommen. As all of you are continuing to stay home safe with your families, we wanted to make sure that we're here for you, our customers, as well. Many of you have reached out to us asking about questions you have related to products already in your home, potentially products actually you're interested in buying, and about the other services that we're actually continuing to offer during these very challenging times we're all facing together. Miele Live is really all about providing this information to you in these sessions that we're offering on a weekly basis with multiple sessions per day. We're covering a vast variety of topics, from laundry to dishwashers to the vast variety of Miele cooking products, and a lot has actually been based on the feedback that we've received from you. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui ont demandé pour des sessions en français, on est en train de travailler d'avoir des sessions dans les semaines qui viennent. Miele Live is completely interactive, so we really strongly encourage you to actually send us through your questions, and we'll try to get through as many of those in real time on camera and answer the questions for you. There's two ways you can do that. You can, if you're logged in through your YouTube account watching us, you can leave it in the comment section there. Or if you're watching us on mielelive.ca, there's a comment box in the bottom of that page where you can actually leave your comments. Today's topic is actually very, very exciting because it's something I think that's very near and dear to all of us at Miele, which relates to one of the first products we've actually ever produced. So to kick it off, I'm going to introduce our product expert, Mike. Good afternoon, Mike.
Good afternoon, Kelly.
Mike, I'm going to hand it over to you at this point because I know you love this topic as well. So
away we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. If you're tuning in, it's probably because you have an interest here in fabric care and in relation to perhaps Miele products. So we're going to be exploring, first of all, the fundamentals of good laundry care. And then we're going to be specifically diving into our suite of product that we call UltraPhase 1, UltraPhase 2, and the auto dosing detergent that we have available for our washers in our W1 lineup. So to get good fabric care and good quality clean in your laundry, we have basically, through over a century of expertise in developing good, fundamentally sound laundry systems, we basically come up with four universal truths, if you will, or four basic ingredients that you require to get exceptional results. The first is going to be time. Miele washing machines have that variable down pat. A good wash cycle should range from about 60 minutes to just over 2 hours, and that of course depends on level of soiling, the load size, but that's just one variable that gives you good results. The second variable is going to be mechanical action. Now, maybe over 100 years ago, prior to the dawn of laundry systems in the home, the mechanical action would be maybe beating on a rock by the side of a river. So that's mechanical action for you in its most primitive form. I like to think that we've refined that a little bit.
Just a bit, Mike.
But in Miele specifically, we take extra care on that mechanical side with our proprietary honeycomb drum. And if you look inside any of our washers, you'll notice really smooth, small perforations and a good cushioning effect in the tumbling action of your fabrics and textiles. So that's two variables. We got time, we got mechanical action. The other one is going to be temperature. We obviously, when we look at our laundry systems, and this is pretty universal across the board with washing machines in general, they typically are hooked up today to hot water connections and cold water connections. We take it one step further with integrated heating systems in all of our washers, so that if the program you've selected and the fabrics you're working with that require actually higher temperatures that come from your hot water tank, for example, we can actually bring those temperatures up roughly about 20 degrees from the average water heater to about 75, 80 degrees Celsius in our W1 collection. So that's a variable we squared away pretty handily. And finally, the fourth underlying fundamental principle of good, sound laundry care is going to be chemistry. You can have all those three other variables in place, but if you don't have the good chemistry down pat, if you don't have the active ingredients required at the right time, then you're going to actually get substandard results. So Miele is actually the first manufacturer to actually master all four of these variables. We've had other manufacturers that master two of those variables for sure, maybe three, but to actually offer a four-pronged solution to those four fundamental variables in good laundry care, I think you'll be impressed with your results.
Well, and I think, Mike, you said it best at the beginning, is really when we at Miele approach not just laundry, but all of our products, but in this particular case, laundry, we really look at a systematic solution. It's not just about a one-prong approach. It really is looking at all the different factors to, at the end of the day, give you, the consumer, the best possible cleaning solution in fabric care. Not just cleaning, but actually taking care of your clothes in this particular case.
Yeah, it's striking that fine balance across all those modalities. Now, we're on this particular session going to be focusing in on the chemistry of Miele detergents and consumable product. With W1, we've introduced an automatic dosing system that's integrated into the washing system that will dose exactly the right quantities at the right time with the right product to deliver, again, those amazing results that we're coming to expect with Miele laundry systems. With UltraPhase 1 and UltraPhase 2, these two products inserted in the bottom of the machine basically take that guesswork out of laundry day. How much to dispense? Should I be using bleach perhaps? That all kind of goes away with automatic dosing in your washing system.
But again, going back to your earlier point, I think it's important for viewers to understand too, Mike, that it really works as a system. That, you know, if you potentially use or have other detergents mixed into this and you're using the automated programs, because the chemistry makeup is different. So although there may be other solutions like an auto dose, reality is to make it fully, to get the best result is, you know, calibrating the programs based on the chemistry, which we'll talk about today.
Yeah, and so when we designed these machines, these laundry systems, we designed hand in hand the chemistry that was going to be used with them for optimal results. That's not to say that with W1 you're required to absolutely use UltraPhase 1 and 2. We still have a detergent drawer that if you're used to using a certain product, by all means, this still remains here. You would just not activate the feature for integrated dispensing. But we really like the solution, and I'm going to explain why chemistry is so cool. So I'm going to channel my...
So for the kids that are out there at home doing school right now, they really must be actually feeling the
let's do some,
to like play a bit with chemistry.
Some
right
chemistry
now,
101, if you will. Okay, so we're going to go through some simulated demonstrations of what happens in a load of laundry from time to time. And we got a couple of demonstrations that are going to give you an idea of how UltraPhase 1 and 2, as separate products designed to work as a system, will basically action your laundry. So the first demonstration I have, we're going to focus in on this bowl, which is simulating the kind of stain that you would pick up from an everyday interaction with surfaces at work or at home, in the garden. This is representative of surface abrasions that you would pick up and dust that would attach to textiles or garments in your average day-to-day situation. Now, we talked about how we designed dispensing in our systems to be exact, and part of this is to get the right dosage. It is actually commonly known in fabric care circles that the average consumer, I would say 70% of consumers actually over-suds their laundry care on a frequent basis. So what does that mean? Well, it's a direct hit to the pocketbook over time. It's not great for the machines either, because you end up with over-sudsing, which is a technical issue over time. But third, it's not great for the environment either. You're just consuming or over-consuming. And so
And also sometimes depending on the fabric itself, it's not great for actually the fabric that you're actually trying to wash with.
Correct. So what we're going to demonstrate here is how UltraPhase 1, with even just a small dose, we're just going to put a single drop in here, and immediately you see that the dust particles on the surface of the water get drawn out to the outer edges. Now, UltraPhase 1 is a really interesting formulation. It's got active enzymes, surfactants that really do a great job of repelling soiling from everyday textiles and garments. So that's, if you notice, that was just one drop. Now, if I take, for example, 10 times the amount and add that, you'll notice that there is no additional benefit to adding more at this stage in the laundry process. So what we were able to achieve with just a single drop actually provided the maximum result. And so in 70% of households, people like to see bubbles, but bubbles are actually a sign of waste. That's where your soap is sloshing together, creating these bubbles, but not necessarily producing any added benefit to the fabrics that are being washed within. So with AutoDose, we address exactly the right quantities at the right times in the wash. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Now, this next demonstration, we have a simulated stain, which may be wine or fruit juice. This is some coloring here, and I got a white strip of fabric, which we're going to, and this is just to demonstrate the protective qualities of using UltraPhase 1 over time. So we're going to grab a strip of this UltraPhase, we're going to dip it
So now
in
you're
here.
protecting the fabric as though it was a clothing that was being washed.
Yeah, so over multiple uses, you actually have the added benefit of pre-treating your laundry over time. So that, I mean, the best stain removal is stain prevention. And so I've just kind of removed the excess of this UltraPhase 1. And now I'm going to dip in to this food coloring and just hold this in here to simulate maybe a wine spill. And now I'm going to remove that, just kind of show you how by pre-treating with UltraPhase 1 over time, you actually block the ability for stains to actually set in over time. So there's the added benefit of that by using UltraPhase 1. Now, what about deep stains? We've demonstrated some surface abrasions, but when you are talking about locking in stains, sometimes oil, salad dressing, you're in the kitchen, you're doing some wok cooking perhaps, you get splashback and splatter, and you want to make sure that your apron is looking fresh and clean for your next foray into the kitchen. And so what we're going to be demonstrating here with this large cylinder of water, we have locked in the bottom of it a vial of olive oil. And so we all know that olive oil, or oil in general, is lighter than water, and so that oil should actually be floating on the surface. But it's actually locked in place by water pressure, obviously, and surface tension. With UltraPhase 1 and its embedded surfactants, we're just going to grab some UltraPhase 1 here and try to unlock that oil representing
The oil that's trapped in the fabric or your clothes.
Yeah, so work coveralls, if you're a diesel mechanic, we've had that happen. So we're just going to drop some UltraPhase 1 into the cylinder, and immediately, as soon as that, just even with a few drops, we've broken the surface tension on that oil. We're allowing water to get into that vial, and really we're able to kind of expunge that stain from a simulated situation where all that oil is kind of released, and then with the mechanical action and draining of a drum, you're draining this oil away and right out of your fabrics. So it's again indicative of the high quality, and if you're using good detergents like UltraPhase 1 and 2, you're able to get these kind of results with oils or deep set-in stains. Okay, so a couple of demonstrations for you already. We've shown you that, the surface abrasions, deep set-in stains. We're now going to show you a different kind of stain. We're going to pour some iodine, which simulates maybe, again, wine, coffee, tea stains. We're just going to put a few drops in each of these beakers, try to even that out. Similar quantities of water. I think we're pretty bang on there. What do you think, Kelly?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, maybe another drip here. Okay, so we have 2 beakers of water that are simulating coffee stain, blood even, perhaps. And now we have a leading competitor of actually one of our best-selling laundry detergents in the Canadian marketplace. And we're going to just grab some of this laundry detergent and put in a little bit of this into this beaker to simulate kind of wash. Okay, so now I'm going to simulate also some mechanical action because we know that's an important variable, and we have a pretty good lightning. Not bad. I would say that's a pretty good result from that detergent, but unfortunately I would say that if this was a white shirt and you had...
I wouldn't be very happy about it.
We wouldn't, be so pleased. I would hesitate to wear that again to the office, that's for sure. But let's see how UltraPhase 2 with similar volumes compare with its active ingredients. Now I'm just going to put this into the simulated wash, and I'm also going to give this a stir, simulating again that mechanical action. And you know what? I think we put it's actually a similar result, I would say.
Yeah.
But we did maybe put an extra squeeze of iodine here.
We did actually. You added one more into that one. That's okay.
And if this was a single staged approach, again, I don't think we'd be amazingly impressed with the results thus far. But because UltraPhase 1 and 2 are a separate but combined system for washing.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you actually need bleach to play a role in the washing process. Not a lot of people just associate bleach with whites.
Yeah, and I don't think I've mentioned that actually. UltraPhase 2 is a bleach, but it's not bleach in the classic format that you're probably used to as a kid growing up with that nasty ammonia smell. It's not a chlorine-based bleach. It's in fact an oxygenated bleach. So we're just going to put this maybe 30 minutes after the wash, and we're going to just throw another bit of that in here as well.
And again, I think, Mike, you talked about it earlier, because it's really a system, I don't need to worry about when to put bleach in or how to put it in. Really, the machine will dose it in as it needs. Yeah,
exactly. And so at the right time as well.
Which is important.
So we see how that UltraPhase 2 mechanical action a few minutes after the UltraPhase 1, and how we've basically eliminated any color, and that shirt is back in the rotation. And absolutely another viable fabric saved by UltraPhase 1
so Mike,
and 2.
Since we're talking about bleach, I just want to take one question from a viewer out there, Stevie Fashion. Thanks for watching us. And the question is around bleach, since again we're talking about it, do you recommend using bleach?
Stevie Fashion, by the name, I'm going to say you're really into it. So bleach is probably the most caustic substance found in the average household. I would say that there's probably nothing worse for your fabric over time than bleach. Actually, instantly it will get your clothes clean, but at what expense? It's very caustic. Chlorine is a pretty nauseous chemical. It's not easy on your skin, but it's also horrible on your fabrics. So obviously, most people would use bleach only in situations with white, because we know that would blow the color right out of any color fast garments or textiles. So I would say keep bleach out of your laundry room as much as possible. Consider using oxygenated bleaches. There are other products on the marketplace that achieve great results, but when you combine UltraPhase 1 and 2 in a system approach. You get the ultimate as far as fabric care goes, but also stain removal as well. And you're not damaging your fabrics over time. I would never use bleach on anything I really like. If I'm trying to get something super white for the purposes of a demonstration, maybe, but even then, there's no point.
So, Mike, on that note, when we talk about bleaching, we talk about white specifically. With UltraPhase 1 and UltraPhase 2, depending on the program and what you're washing as well, do consumers have to worry about UltraPhase 2 being used during with colored fabrics?
So a good question. It's color safe, but you're also telling the machine when you're selecting the program, it's going to ask you if you're using auto dose in UltraPhase 1 and 2, it's going to ask you if you're using whites or if you're washing colored garments. And so that will adjust the dispensation of both the products within the machine. So you really don't have to worry about that. So if you're doing whites, go for it, select it. It's going to automatically take, again, that guesswork out of fabric care, and not you wouldn't have to worry about running in your clothes those colors out.
But again, I think in this particular case also because of the oxygenated bleach, because again, in some cases, even with color, you do need a bleach substance in there to actually mix with.
Yeah, by all means, for sure. With oxygenated bleach, you're not worried about washing with UltraPhase 2 and denim and jeans, for example. But you wouldn't necessarily, it wouldn't be visible to you. You would just let your machine do the thinking.
Perfect.
So in essence, this kind of summarizes 3 or 4 quick demonstrations on the efficacy of UltraPhase 1 and 2. Keep in mind that we've also launched for folks that have extreme sensitivities to off-the-shelf product in their laundry systems. We know that's a growing concern for people with eczema or special sensitivities. We also make UltraPhase 1 and 2 for situations where you require the ultimate as far as sensitivity goes. So that's also an option. In addition to UltraPhase 1, 2, our sensitive product, we also have cap dosing. So UltraPhase 1 and 2 is going to cover about 75%, 80% of the average household's laundry needs. But let's say you're doing a load of winter jackets, ski wear, material that you want to proof, for example, against the elements. In those situations, we wouldn't necessarily recommend using any detergent really after a wash. You want to reproof or rejuvenate that outer membrane. So in those instances, you can use our specialty detergents if you have a W1T1 machine with cap dosing. In the detergent drawer, you're able to open a flap and actually insert one of these single-use caps. This one happens to be a booster for stain removal, but we also make sportswear caps for reproofing your outerwear. And so you would just place this in the drawer, close this lid, close the detergent dispenser, and bypass auto dose and essentially run a proofing program to rejuvenate those sports textiles for their waterproof.
So Mike, actually on that topic, if we can go to a question as well, because I think it's very much related to that, from Mark out there. Mark, thanks for joining us this afternoon. The Miele waterproofing product should be poured in which compartment, which I think you just covered, but we can repeat it for sure. Detergent or fabric softener? And is this product effective on Canuck winter coat if the coat should not be dried with hot air but only cold?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great question, Mark. I think, I kind of tiptoed over the line on your question there, but you have a winter jacket, you want to proof it so that it remains weather resistant. So you're interested in using the waterproofing. So fabric protector is a specialty detergent. I'm not sure if you have W1T1 and cap dosing, but if you do, there's the cap dosing that's available for reproofing, and then you can run a proofing program. Now, proofing is always going to be a program that's run outside of your normal wash program. So you would normally freshly launder your Canuck winter coat and then run the proofing program above and beyond. And so if you have a separate proofing specialty detergent like so, you would place it in the main wash, in the dispenser drawer. It's a shorter program, but it essentially kind of coats that coat and brings that waterproof capability back. And then from a drying point of view, W1, T1 dryer with heat pump technology, if you have one of those, you're already ahead of the game, but you can just carry on the process here in the T1 dryer, and immediately you're going to see great results, I think, with your Canuck jacket. No problem whatsoever. You don't have to launder it separately or bring it to a dry cleaner.
And do you know, Mike, and maybe we don't necessarily have the answer right now for Mark, but for that Canuck jacket specifically, hot air, cold air on the drying portion of it?
Yeah, so even on the hottest of programs in a T1 dryer, because we have heat pump technology, you're never going to get really hot anyway, so it's not at all similar to what you would see in a typical vented dryer scenario. So just keep that in mind. Your clothes come out of a T1 dryer at virtually room temperature. It's that much more efficient, so you don't have these really high temperatures that you would hesitate to put something like would be on a care instructions for a winter coat that's not familiar with like heat pump drying technology. But absolutely, I would run through there any day of the week. Canada Goose, Arc'teryx, Canuck.
Yeah, we do Canada Goose all the time.
Absolutely, and one of the other specialty detergents that we have for cap dosing includes woolens, for example. Yep. If you're doing cashmere, you want to do that at home. Certainly, you would use a wool care program. Downs, if you're washing your pillows or your comforters, you would use our Down specialty detergent. So that's to cover the extra 25% that UltraPhase 1 and 2 don't necessarily cover by themselves. So we have you covered from A to Z.
Great. So time is running very quickly. So I want to see, Mike, if we can use your expertise and answer some more questions from viewers that we have out there.
Let's do it.
So let's see if we can flip over to the next set of questions that are coming in. So there was one question earlier from Farhad. Farhad, good afternoon as well. Farhad has a question about where they can buy the soap for the Phase 1 cartridge for W1 machine. So
the Phase 1 cartridge is available through us at Miele Canada. Obviously, you can order this on our web shop. Currently, we're going to explain to you some of the offers that we have on for Care Collection right now, but I think we can talk about them right now.
Now's a good time, actually, since we're on the topic of that.
So we have a promo code here that you can enter over the next hour or so.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. So it'll end at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time for this very specific promotion code for you that are watching us today.
So Farhad, if you're interested in topping up on your UltraPhase 1, you're also going to eventually need UltraPhase 2 as well, and consider the Twin Dose Care cartridge, which is something that you'll need over a longer period of time for maintenance intervals in your system. But all our laundry consumables, be it cap dosing, UltraPhase 1, 2, they're on for 10% off currently.
Already?
Yeah, and then you avail yourself of additional savings with the promo code.
Yep.
And also
with an additional 10%
right
now. So it's 10% off if you're on the website right now. With also, again, with everybody being at home, we want to make it as convenient for you as possible, Mike. So we're also offering free shipping on any orders on miele.ca right now. And again, if you use this promo code in the next hour until 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, for you viewers that are with us, you get an additional 10% off. So perfect time to kind of stock up, as I know many people are at home starting to clean and do a bit of spring cleaning as everybody's at home.
For certain. Okay, in addition to that, Kelly, why don't we talk about our retail offers that we have on the systems themselves?
Absolutely.
So if you washed and you like what you see as far as Miele as a laundry solution, our fabric care systems, we have 4 washers, 3 dryers in our W1 T1 collection. Auto dose is available in our top 2 washing machines, so just keep that in mind as you peruse our website. But if you want to take advantage of the savings we have on right now, our laundry systems are available, the washer and dryer are available at $200 off. In addition to the price off savings, we have free delivery anywhere in Canada. In addition to the free delivery, which is typically $100 for a laundry pair, we also include a peace of mind warranty. This is where you can take these into your home, use them, abuse them, and then in 30 days, if you're not a satisfied customer, call us and we'll pick them up with no questions asked. And then finally, in addition to all of this, free delivery, 30-day money-back warranty, we have 5-year free warranty as well.
Yep.
So this is pretty unique to Miele, I would say. Actually, very few manufacturers offer the ability to even purchase a 5-year warranty, and we're giving the warranty out free of charge. And this is an in-home parts and labor warranty. If anything should go wrong with your unit within the first 5 years of ownership, we basically underwrite that warranty.
Yeah, it's completely directly with Miele. And before we get to some final questions, because I know, Marco, you're dying for us to try to answer your question. We'll get to that in a second. But Mike, in regards to the offers out there right now, so first of all, peace of mind I think is very important, because you can buy this online. A lot of people worry about buying online. If I don't like it, what happens? How do I return? I think our peace of mind promotion with the 30-day money-back guarantee really should put you at ease if you're thinking about it. But for Ontario residents, Mike, in addition to what we have,
Right.
What else do we have with the Ontario Energy rebate program that's out there?
Right. So for Ontario residents only, unfortunately, the federal government has given us.
Fortunately for them, but yeah.
Unfortunately, if you're not around, but if you are, you can take advantage of additional savings above and beyond the $200 off on each of the washers and dryers, to the tune of $435 on each piece. So we're talking $870 combined savings for Ontario residents above and beyond the already $200 rebate. So there has never been a better time to get a W1 T1 washer dryer into your home. Just keep that in mind.
And again, to get the energy rebate on a dryer, Mike, is extremely rare, because vented drying solutions don't qualify for Energy Star because of how it functions. But with our heat pump technology, that actually is very rare to get a rating on Energy Star.
Right.
On the dryer
it doesn't happen. This is a leader in class as far as efficiency goes from an energy consumption perspective, and therefore we proudly wear that Energy Star label on the outside, and the federal government recognizes that and wants people to migrate to more efficient appliances. And so therefore, $435 times 2, plus the added savings, plus the free warranty, plus the free delivery.
Not a better time to buy, Mike.
Very impressive.
Great. So Marco, let's get to your question. I know you've been waiting patiently, so thank you, as we had to get through some other information. So Mike, Marco has a question. My dryer is just over 1 year old and has a very strong odor. I don't think it's related to the detergent. I was wondering if I can get rid of the strong odor coming from the dryer barrel.
That is interesting. Your dryer should be neutral and free of any kind of scent. Having said that, I would state the following. If you have a T1 dryer, and I don't know if Marco explains whether or not he does, but we're going to open the drum. There should obviously take a good look, get your head right in there. Hopefully you're not using dryer sheets, because that's not a great product to be using, so just keep that in mind. I would stay away from using fabric sheets. We have, if you want to add scent to your clothes, we have flat cones of scent that you can dose in your dryer, turn up and down as needed. Use those instead. They're not actively in the drum coating the sensor for moisture, so just keep that in mind. Make sure there's no material stuck anywhere in the drum. Turn it around, give it a good spin. I'm sure you have already, because that's fundamental. But then also, you want to clean out your lint filters on a regular basis. Now, this is just one of them. They're really nice fine mesh. They promote high throughput of air, but also great capture of lint, so you're not circulating that through. And then you have a secondary filter down below that you would just pull out. Again, clean these out on a regular basis. And then with your handy Miele vacuum, you would grab your big, long crevice tool and just get in here and make sure that you're clearing away any material, lint that's kind of got through the filters. In addition to that.
And we have confirmed in the meantime, Mike, that actually Marco does have a T1 dryer.
All right, so in addition to that, you want to remove this. There's some care instructions for this actual filter as well, and you want to clean the coils on this condenser system behind this door as well. Now you shouldn't have any strong odors through there, so it'd be interesting to see if anything that I've explained to you today, Marco, doesn't work, give us a call, and we're able to either send a service tech or guide you through the process towards a solution. We've heard of scents in the washer, and if I may, I'm just going to quickly explain what that may be related to. With the front load washer, it's a bit of an issue if you run a machine all day, you do your full laundry, and then at the end of the day you close your drum and you walk away and you don't come back for a week. You have residual moisture inside of the inner drum at times, even though it's not visible to the eye. In the inner drum itself, you may have water pool. If you've oversudsed your machine, you probably may have some detergent buildup as well. Not a problem with auto dose, but certainly an issue. So we would just recommend leaving your door open after wash. It could just be left ajar. And then also the fabric detergent drawer, dispenser drawer, you would just pull that out and leave that ajar as well. And from time to time, you would just want to wash out this drawer with some warm soapy water and just keep on top of a maintenance regimen of sorts. But really, this becomes a habit, and you're able to eliminate any kind of overtime buildup of maybe mildew that would cause some scents that are less than favorable. And then also, in addition to that, with W1, we have our clean machine function that you would be invited to use that runs a really hot program through here to get that inner drum clean, and then also an added benefit of not passing on those smells over time. So run that, because a lot of people like to run cold water programs a lot. So just with clean machine, you're able to really get in there and give the inner drum a good cleaning.
Perfect. We have run out of time. Marco, so to be honest with you, Mike and I were kind of looking at each other because it's one of the first times we've really heard odors coming from the dryer side of things. But again, I would suggest try some of the things that Mike was suggesting. If not, I want to talk a little bit about how Miele is continuing to service you, our customers in the community, during these times right now. So when it comes to any advice you need related to the service of your product, our customer service, which is our own in-house Canadian team, are available for you. So please feel free to visit miele.ca, get a hold of us via the Contact Us form, and one of our team members will get back to you as soon as possible. That's one way. If you really do require a service visit, actually our service technicians are servicing the country across Canada right now. We have obviously revised some procedures for the safety of you, our customers, but as well as our own team members here. Visit miele.ca just to check what those revised procedures are. For those of you that are interested in buying product, there are multiple ways to do that right now. First of all, miele.ca, our web shop is open 24/7, which includes all of our care products, but also appliances as well, vacuums, countertop coffee machines. So you can browse on miele.ca and buy anything there. The other option, if you're interested in purchasing, is we offer a personal product consultation by telephone. You can request an appointment there via miele.ca. One of our product specialists will get back to you, and they will be able to answer any questions you have about product. Plus, in addition, they can actually take your order by telephone if you are looking to actually purchase a product from us. From a delivery installation perspective, we are also continuing to function and operate nationally. It's Miele installation and Miele delivery services. If in that particular case, again, we have revised some procedures and processes for the safety of everybody. We recommend you just visit miele.ca to see what those messages or procedures are. Very lastly, as all of us are at home, many of you are at home, we still need to celebrate as much as possible. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions, whatever it is. If you go on to miele.ca, we're offering the new Miele e-gift card. It's a easy way to send a gift to a family member or friend, and they can use that e-gift card to purchase anything on miele.ca. So we look for, hopefully we've answered all the questions for you. We look forward to having you in future sessions. I know Mike will be back covering various other topics. Later this afternoon at 3 p.m., we are doing a session to introduce you and doing a bit of an unboxing of the Miele RX2 robot vacuum. So be sure to try to tune in for that. At 5 o'clock, if you're interested in fabric care, it's really an extension of what Mike was presenting here, but we're actually going to introduce you to our Fashion Master. To simply call it an ironing system is, I think, understated, so be sure to tune in at 5 o'clock for that. Again, remember to subscribe. If you're logging in through your YouTube channel, turn on your notifications so you can get the latest information about when we're broadcasting live, when new videos are being posted. And again, we look for your suggestions for any future sessions that we have. So on behalf of Mike, myself, the entire Miele team, we want to wish you a very, very safe rest of the day and rest of the week. And very lastly, for all the frontline workers, essential workers that are out there right now, providing services for our community in order for us to be able to continue to live and operate, we want to send our sincerest thank you to you and your families that are out there, and for all that you're doing for us. So again, thank you so much for joining us on Miele Live. We hope to see you later today at 3 or 5 o'clock, or look for the sessions that are coming forward on it would be next Wednesday. So wishing everybody a great afternoon. Have a great day. Thank you.